It's 3TT for the win. 3TT, yeah, you know we going in. 3 typical talkers, yeah, we like talking. And it's 3 black boys, so you know we all kings.
Yo, it's 3TT for the win. 3TT, yeah, you know we going in. 3 typical talkers, yeah, we like talking. And it's 3 black boys, so you know we all king.
I'm feeling good, I'm feeling good. That felt like a warm-up, can't lie. Welcome to another episode of 3TT, 3 Typical Talkers podcast. It's your boy MGP, and I'm here with...
It's your boy Maze, you know, Big Maze.
Big Maze, bow.
Ghana's best export, Israel, man.
Yeah.
Has to be on.
And Happy New Year again. We're back, you know, back and better.
Episode 4.
Yeah, episode 4. Yeah, we're being consistent this year, you know, like, expect this from us, and this is going to be the standard. In Jesus' name, amen. So, yeah, man, let's talk about everything. First of all, we're going to go into our thoughts of the week. So, what are we thinking about this week? What are we thinking about January?
You know what I realized? I've always felt like this, but it's like, how can I say this in a way that doesn't sound crazy? I won't say I don't like them, but I don't understand vegans, right? Yeah. That's random and I land. But it's like, my thing is like, boy, this is crazy.
Wow, we're really in the deep end now.
Like, I'm saying this from a place of love, right?
Yeah.
Because I used to be a vegan.
We love vegans.
I used to be a vegan, bro. For 2 weeks. But like, it doesn't matter. Like, I was still a vegan for 2 weeks.
For
like,
2 weeks, wow.
But it's like, one thing I realized is like, I was miserable, bro.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's like, I know you guys are childish, you're gonna say pause, but like, I need meat in my diet.
Wow.
And I realized
when did you realize you needed meat in your life, bro?
why
bro, you said it, not me, bro. Stand up this week, bro. You get me?
So you're telling me that you don't eat meat?
You don't eat meat?
Open your mouth, tell me you don't eat meat.
Wait a second now. Wait a second.
Me is 100 days fasting starting soon. Bro. I won't be eating anything.
Oh, bro, stop that, man.
You know the
like,
vibes.
You know what I mean? But it's like, bro, I was so miserable. I don't even know who even sent me, but like, I was so miserable because I don't know if you lot know Dr. Sebi, like.
Nah.
The legend, isn't he? He got me on what's that shit
Alkaline
called?
diet,
Fluff on your face, bro.
Why is it? So, there we go. What is this?
Well, yeah, I don't know. Dr. Sebi was the reason why. Like, no, to be fair, I done an alkaline diet for a little bit, and I done a vegan diet. And
What's
it's like,
alkaline?
It's like you just there's
water.
There's meals that are acidic, and then there's meals that are alkaline. I won't speak about
For
too
your
much.
pH balance.
Pretty much, yeah. Like everything's all about pH.
Okay.
Like, so it's like, yeah. But yeah, man, I was Are you stupid? But I was miserable though, bro. Like all my days, bro. Like I was eating. I felt like a cow, like a boy. Like, boy, you're just eating like oh my
just
god.
imagine
I
you
was just
munching
like
it, you're just shivering, bro.
And it's like my thing is right. I don't like one thing I noticed about vegans. So ever since then, I started to analyze them. Right, like. A lot of vegans cannot be vegans without saying that they're vegans. And 2 is like, why are you a vegan but you're still eating things that look and taste like meat? If you love animals, like obviously everyone, like a lot of people are vegans for different reasons. I can understand that, but it's like, if you love animals the way that you claim that you love them, why are you eating like soy that tastes like sausage or that tastes like a pig or whatever? Like, make it make sense. Or you're eating like a mushroom that looks like a steak. Like, make it make sense. But it's like me saying, I don't like carrots, but I'm eating things that are flavored like carrots. Or I don't want carrots to protect carrots, and carrots are going extinct. Let me start eating.
I won't lie.
Make it make sense. Like,
okay.
Like I feel like some of them are attention seekers. Not everybody, but like I feel like a lot of them.
Just begs, bro. Begs, man. I have to be honest.
I won't lie.
Like if you can't do something without saying that you're doing it, you're begging it, man.
Okay, I hear it. I feel like maybe they're saying it because like, you know, they're proud.
I think I'm
of
just
it.
angry.
Yeah,
I think I'm coming from a place of anger.
I think you just couldn't do it.
No.
I might be just no, but it's like, but my thing is, right, I don't even want to. Because I think no, this is it. I don't, and I question like, why are you doing this to yourself? Yeah, like you're just
for some of them, I feel like the perspectives that they have is just like they value animals as the same as humans, like, and low key. If that's what they believe, then obviously why would they
hear
eat?
it, but okay, I will only do that if I walk into a bank and the cashier is a cow. That's because bro, you have to realize like there's a chain.
Yeah.
There's a chain. Like you're just throwing nature to the side by not doing certain things.
I think it's just all. I wouldn't say. I don't want to be ignorant and say
Yeah,
it's
I
all
feel like
confusion.
I'm
you get
being
me?
a bit
Yeah, I
ignorant
think
right now.
like, and it's okay. You're allowed to be ignorant. You get me? But
Realistically, bro, I put them in the same group as like Scientologists. Bro,
bro, that way
like,
I won't lie. That all
you
that
know,
stuff, I won't lie. That freaks me out.
that
man.
shit is.
I don't know.
You're on that
purposely
corner,
don't
bro.
look
Stay
into it
there,
because
bro.
it's like from what I've already stumbled upon, I'm like, you know, I'm just leaving it there.
Have
But
you
I
seen
don't
what I mean?
them videos where they grab people off the street and they're like, "No, don't go in," and then nah, all
The way
that
I
stuff
would
is-
headbutt you, bro. You try that,
Nah, I won't lie.
bro.
What about you? Have you been thinking about anything recently?
For me, bro, I think I've been thinking about living in the moment more, bro. I feel like ever since what's called again in the previous episode, I obviously described illicit substances. I feel like
Which
when-
we don't.
we
we do not promote
don't tolerate that
whatsoever. You know what I mean?
What's nonsense?
Oh, terrible.
nonsense.
Horrific. Yeah, disgusting. But what's it called again? When it comes down to that, yeah, I feel like you kind of the days bleed together a bit. Like you don't even like your yesterdays become your everydays. You know what I mean?
that's
Where
a big one.
you know nothing of note happened, but you actually can't remember anything. You know what I mean? Like you phase through life, and years go like this. Especially once you reach a certain
my
age, they go
age.
like this. You know what I mean? So I feel like I need to be living life a bit more intentionally and living life more so enjoying and appreciating what I have. Because look, I also know somebody with an illness, what's it called again, and it made me realize, bro, like the things that I'm longing for, the things that I'm wishing for.
This person doesn't even have the opportunity.
You know what I mean?
man.
There's only one thing this person wants, and it's to be healthy again. You know what I mean? And look at what I'm complaining about and what I'm believing I'm suffering through our life. No, come on now. You have to change your
I think
perspective a bit.
gratitude is definitely a big thing, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like at the same time, I feel like it's hard to always be positive, right? And it's hard to always, you know, like even when you live in the moment all the time, for me personally, right? When you live in the moment all the time, you see everything.
Yeah.
You know, you feel everything. It's
Yeah.
like you feel the good, but you also feel the bad.
for
I
real.
mean, so it's about balance, observing the bad, like observing it and I guess acknowledging it, but giving your energy to the positive things. So like, you know, putting your focus into positive things or like reinforcing positive behaviors.
Positive thoughts, positive self-talk as well,
exactly.
bro. That's what I've been trying to do.
I've started talking to myself sometimes. Like I feel like I get to this point where I talk to myself, and then when I first start talking to myself like out loud, I'm like, I'm a weirdo.
But I remember growing about, I got told to stop talking to myself because it's signs of madness. Obviously, you know, this whole night, I'm thinking, this is the realest person I know. You know, and you're telling me to stop talking to him.
I won't lie.
I was like, nah, I'm so happy I didn't stop because I don't even know what kind of person I would be if because I won't lie, I've actually talked myself out of a lot of bad situations. So it's just kind of like, imagine if I actually like listened to that. Well, I'd be a mess right now.
Can't lie. So I feel like with self-talk, it's something that can be very therapeutic. And it's just, again, I feel like different strokes for different folks. And like something might work for one person and might not work for another person. For me personally, I feel like I'm a very impulsive person. So it's like sometimes I'll have a strong urge to talk to myself. And then other times I'll feel like I don't need to. Like I don't need to. I just act. Just do what you need to do, if you get me. But then again, like with the whole, you know, being grateful, it does bring you back. It brings you back to your center. Like your center of just, you know, being more positive in life and having a more positive outlook. Like things could be worse. Like literally, like things could be worse can literally be viewed negatively or positively. Like things could be worse, could scare you or make you happy. So it's choosing to let that make you happy rather than being worried that things could be worse. If you get what I'm saying.
I heard that. I agree.
But yeah, what have I been thinking about? Okay, I'm gonna go on the deep end, right? I'm gonna just say it, right? So I wrote this down the other day because I was listening to the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, and like
Classic album.
Yeah, you get me.
Classic album.
I should have said that album last week.
Yeah, man.
Anyways, Lauryn Hill has been saying, "Wonder why women hate men" since the song "That Thing" in like the 90s or the early 2000s. And there's so much content these days that makes it like all this like red pill stuff. It's like they're trying to make it a new thing that like women hates men or men hates women. Like we've been knowing this for time. Like it's actually nothing new, and I don't understand
But
why.
you see what it is, right? I feel like a lot of the people that are shouting it, they were young when this came out, so they didn't have a chance to shout it. Now that they're in situations where they can shout it out, now that they have an opportunity, they're shouting like they're taking it like it's theirs. What's it isn't? But it's like can we blame them? Me, I don't blame them. I feel like a lot of men give women reasons they hate them. I feel like a lot of women give reasons.
Yeah,
like,
man,
oh,
that's
it's
life,
tick
though.
for tat, innit? Like,
That's life. I feel like getting to the point of like people are going. I see a lot of people going down different cycles that they're not going to heal from until when they're at the age where they actually start to think about their life and like, yo, what am I doing? You get me? A lot of like, especially people around our age, their early 20s, like we have so much opportunity to make the right decisions and be the people we should be. You know, but a lot of people are getting sucked into cycles of like doing things that you shouldn't be doing. And you know you shouldn't be doing it, and then letting things enforce your negative like decisions or making excuses for your actions, like rather than like taking accountability. You get me? As a guy, you can decide to, you know, be angry that sometimes it might be hard for you in relationships, or you can just like try to improve the situation, like just try to be better, try to make things work. Like eventually, if you want to like be happy at the end of the day, you're going to need to do that. So like rather than, you know, indulging in like all this negative, like I hate when like my For You page like shows me like random toxic stuff of either all these like pop the balloons of like flipping girls either rejecting guys or guys rejecting girls, and like guys are like all happy that the guys are rejecting girls. It's like, man, like it gets to a point where it's just like
sometimes you just ask yourself, where's the love?
Like, what
bro?
are you
like,
doing?
I feel like love is like it's cool for them to be the absence of love in a lot of situations, and it's kind of like
it's so
like what actually happens to like obviously
meaningful
like
things.
and like one love like and like it's cool to like hate people, or like maybe not hate, but like I said, the absence of love, and it's like
I hear.
or just to like hate on someone like bro, it's whack. I can't even lie. Like I don't understand it.
Like wait, could you expand a bit more like on what you're saying?
It's like it's cool for their like obviously. How can I say this? It's like I feel like there should be like an element of love or like grace when you're doing certain things,
grace,
and it's like
there's a lack of that.
There's a lack of that in too many situations. It's like even in all these pop the billions, it's like some people just go there just to violate, bro. It's like what do you like what exactly do you get from that? Do you know what I mean? It's like I don't understand.
I think that all comes from like we're all human and we all have flaws. You get me? Like I personally feel like sometimes I can see through certain behaviors that I see, like in any of these pop balloons. First of all, social media is purely for entertainment. And people have been saying this for years, but people still don't understand this. Like people watch things on social media and think it's real. Like it's not. It's not real. It's for entertainment. Do you get me? Like, so when you watch certain things and you're reinforcing your negative thoughts about men or about women based on the things you're watching, that's the point. Like, that's the point of what you're watching. It wants to trigger you. Like, the point is to trigger you, and you're falling into the trap of being triggered. Like, more time, all these people, like, even, you know what's mad? Like, the host of that, the Pop the Balloon show, one of, I think her name is Arlette something, and like she's happily married. You get me? While all these people on the dating show embarrassing each other,
she's so far removed from
you
this.
get me? She's so far removed, like she doesn't give a rat. She's like, look at these people, like, and in my head, that's why I view it as pure entertainment. You get me? That's the purpose. They're not really there to find love, or maybe, but like more time. I mean, if you really wanted to find love, like, live real life.
Go outside and touch grass.
Touch
I don't know
grass.
you guys need to touch
Touch
grass,
grass,
bro. Like,
bro.
it's
I've been
actually not
saying
every
that
day
a lot
scrolling
these
on your
days.
phone and like sometimes actually go outside
into the
and,
real world,
and breathe
man.
air, bro.
Like this is where we live. Like the real world is where we live, and we're just stuck
But I
on our
won't lie,
phones.
I've been saying this a lot. I'm gonna say it. I feel like Ireland makes it hard for people to touch grass.
yes.
Because like when you go outside, and I can only say Ireland because this is where I live. But even my boys in the UK, they're saying the same thing. Like it's hard because it's like, let's say if you like go outside and try to talk to someone. Like the first response is, "Why are you talking to me?" Like I feel like a lot of people are so comfortable in being in their own worlds. Like they just want to know what do you want as quick as possible, and like
they're so
and just
bothered.
go away.
I personally think the reason for this is COVID. I think
Yeah.
COVID, and I used to say this all the time. I said, this is gonna ruin how we interact with each other. Social interaction is zero. Like
I
in
would
this
love-
country, we really struggle with being able to just have a conversation with a stranger for no reason.
Like I would love to know the statistics of like, or like the influx on like dating apps after COVID and before COVID.
You get me?
Because like there's probably like a skyrocket because of like.
I honestly felt like I made more meaningful relationships before COVID than after. Everything now seems so pretentious. Like it's like why are we talking? Like you get me? It's like you have to prove something. You have to be talking to someone for a reason rather than life bringing you together. Like all the relationships or situations I've been in or people I have in my life before COVID was life brought us together. We met in real life and we
gelled together, you know?
literally. But now it's like you actually actively have to go out of your way to, you know, pursue or
And
like
I feel like with a lot of girls and like in your first interaction with them or whatever, like you almost have to prove yourself worthy of like, or even like a
Attention,
suitable response or like, or even just respect. Because it's like, oh God,
preach, brother.
Hey,
Preach,
ooh.
preach it.
Like, you know what I
aggravated.
mean?
I won't lie,
But like, don't think that this is. I don't even walk up to girls. I'll be honest. Like, I don't do this whole cold approaching thing. But it's just, don't say that, man. But like, it's just, I don't see the points just because it's like, why would I do something that probably will not work? But it's like.
Do you know
people will complain about it, but they don't even make it easy for it to happen.
Exactly.
I'm just gonna leave it there.
I've said that to someone. I was talking to someone recently, right? And basically, the person I talked to is a girl, right? And she was just telling me we're friends, right? And she's just telling me that that's a negative. Like that's how I feel as well about the situation. Like I wouldn't go out of my way to talk to.
Well, you see
know,
I know what you're
approach
talking
her.
about. I wouldn't even put her in this because I feel like if somebody approached her in person, she wouldn't even make it aware to him.
She would.
So obviously, she can't even see past that because she knows how she would respond. And she wouldn't make it weird. But like,
in general, I just feel like a lot of the opposite sex feel like things should be way easier for us than it is, and we feel like things should be way easier for them than it is. You get me? So that's where the disconnect is, but that's also where the connection is. Like that's literally what we have in common and what makes us different. And it's just I feel like it's genuinely about understanding the differences between us and respecting it rather than wanting people to change all the time. Like it's like I feel like people are either I think a lot of people are traumatized. You get me? Like being traumatized has become a lot of people's personalities. And they feel like victims. Like that's where it starts. It starts from them it starts from them thinking like a victim. Then it becomes feeling and then it becomes acting. So then they act like a victim. And I feel like it's just not healthy and it's not sustainable if you want to if you're gonna grow up to be a parent. There's certain
human being,
like
you know?
even some people are
you're just a good person.
You get me? Like some people are over 21, but they're not adults yet. Like, do you get me? And I feel like there's been an influx of immature adults or immature over 21s or over 18s. Like they're not. I think a lot of this is because of COVID. Because when we were younger and like there were 20-year-olds, man, the way you viewed the 20-year-old was like.
Solidified they were, you know what I mean? They had structure
they're paying
to
rent. They're paying
Like they actually felt like adults.
adults.
Like, I know a lot of people in their early 20s, they do not feel like adults, bro.
But then maybe are we just getting old, or like are we just growing and we're
Nah,
just
but
like,
have you ever seen them TikToks of like parents are not taking the piss and like we're actually the new adults, like just doing goofy stuff with babies and it's like so when I see that I'm like, okay, so I'm not the only one that feels like this has to be almost a proven fact that we're just a lot less mature than like 20-year-olds were like 20 years ago or something like that. You know what I mean?
so true.
Look at even the way we approach. You know how we're speaking about immaturity. How people speak about what's that phrase? Self-diagnosis of mental health issues.
So many people think
Please.
they have like.
Please,
It almost became
stop.
cool to say, oh, I have this, I have that. Like, who told you that?
It's my ADHD again, guys. My autism,
like,
my two brain
People,
cells.
people are gonna start slapping people and blaming mental something like. Come on,
It's
man.
pathetic, man.
Get a grip.
It's pathetic.
I can't
Unless you have paperwork or something.
Show me the documents.
Leave it, man. Leave it.
You have medication. I doubt it. I doubt it,
I
bro.
can't lie. And hey, I'm friends with someone who has ADHD.
You
so
know
I
what
can,
I'm saying.
I can make these jokes. You get?
Yeah, man.
I
Strong.
mean,
You know what it is.
Even
If
me,
anyone
I-
gets angry,
you know,
like-
what's it called again? My manager was saying that I'm suffering from ADHD, and I said, "Isn't it? I just have it." So
Yeah,
like,
you
I
get
think
me,
I just have the disease. Like,
It's
well,
true,
not
it's
disease.
true.
I think
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just have the thing.
whatever.
I mean,
Yeah.
what's it called again, bro? It's a very interesting thing to live life this way. Do you know what I mean? Because I don't know what it is to live life any
other way.
But what's it called again? It's like having what's it called again, like 8 YouTube tabs open in
at
your
the same
mind.
time.
Like it's where you can honestly just go to like different what's it called again thought processes immediately, like this, like that. So, and it causes you to kind of like
this,
do things
like this,
Uh-huh.
like this, like this, like this. It's like this. Shout out to Junzi. I hope you're watching.
bro. But what's it called again? When it comes down to that, it's like you do everything kind of like half-assed, or like you do everything you need to, all your chores or all the things you need to collectively do.
It's like your
to
eggs
have-
are in different baskets.
Exactly.
You get me?
So you try and like balance it. So everything's about 50%. Everything. You never try and do anything to completion. It's a difficult thing to go through, but we're trying now.
Nah, we thank God.
We're
I feel
trying,
like
we're
even though I feel like for you, because it was a late diagnosis,
Very late.
it could, I don't know, like it might have kind of made you just given you a sense of what's the word, like, oh, everything makes sense now.
Yeah.
You get me? Like that kind of,
It's like an awakening. It's like everything clicks and that moment's like, okay.
This is why, you get
Yeah.
me? And there are like a lot of people who have, you know, similar traits that align with symptoms of like ADHD. And I just think that in them situations, unless you're actively seeking help for it, I feel like it's counterproductive to just kind of make it an excuse if
or
you
even make light of it.
You get me? Make light of it if you're not actively trying to seek answers or seek help.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I feel like if you do feel like you have a condition, you should actually go out of your way and like find out, you get me, and then get the help you need to get, if you need to get medications or if you need therapy or if you need to like whatever you need, you know, go the right way about doing things. I think.
100.
Yeah. So do we have any? Well, I feel like what you said was a crazy. It's either I'm crazy or I'm right.
I have more.
But
I have more.
Do you
Let
want to
him land.
start?
I'll start. So,
Okay.
it's either I'm crazy or I'm right. Maturing is realizing what woman you can and can't afford. Cause like one thing I noticed last year, right? Like a lot of these, like even some of my mates, like they were it's like 3 months, 4 or 5 months into the relationship, you're realizing, boy, this girl is expensive, right? But it's like, can you really blame them when they were like this before you met them?
Yeah.
So it's like, it's one of them ones, like there's absolutely nothing wrong with being expensive, right? But it's like, you as a man, if you're not able to either match that, like you can't try to enter a girl's life and bring down the value. So if you know that you can't match it, and bro, there's always tales like, bro, if you go into this girl's Instagram and she has 12 holiday highlights, and like the space between them is like 2-3 months, some of them 1 month, and you know that you go on a holiday like once a year or once every 2 years, is like, like them ones there, just save yourself the stress, because it will be stress. She's gonna obviously she's traveling by herself. she's gonna want to travel with her man. It's like it's understandable. But that's what I will never blame them. I always blame the guy because it's like. Why, like, obviously, it's like
You put
like,
yourself in that
do you know what I
situation
mean?
and you
Obviously, they
can't
look nice and
handle
this and that, but like, can you match it?
Omo.
If you can't match it, leave
Omo,
it, bro.
Me, I don't care about looking nice. I care about this right here.
I
care
hear
about
it,
the
bro,
heart.
like,
Kinda
exactly.
That's my main thing. For me, I just think I prioritize like genuity. I prioritize that above anything else. And then I feel like obviously it's about understanding who you're dealing with, understanding how they were raised. Like, were they raised with two parents? Were they raised with one parent?
Even their placement and their
You get
siblings,
me?
bro.
That's
That's
true.
so
like
big.
the dynamics that the relationship their parents have with each other, the relationship they have with their parents, the relationship they have with their siblings. There's so many factors that are actually important, but you're here looking at her highlights. Like, you don't
Or
even know.
or
the
you're
girl
just
for real,
looking
like,
at everything at face
get me?
value.
Like,
Like,
you-
obviously, you can't, like, you're hardly gonna know a relationship with her parents from the highlights and
get
stuff.
me?
But it's
Like-
like, don't be blinded by the wrong things because it's
Exactly.
like any issue is gonna come to light eventually.
Exactly.
So it's like if you can just kind of like just realize everything you need to realize on time, just to save both of you
Exactly.
guys.
time.
Like, do you know what I mean?
Save
Wasting
time
each
and
other's
energy.
Like, that's one thing I learned. Anyway.
Okay,
agree.
this is an opinion I'm starting to have, right? I feel like you were saying in the last episode, yeah, you talk to like older people because you gain wisdom from them essentially.
Yeah.
And they have more experience to offer to you, and they have, you know, they have things that you haven't been through yet that they've been through multiple times, right? For me, this is why I feel like dating is unnecessary right now. For me personally,
Nah, same, I agree.
because I just think that we're too young to have the experience we need to actually be in a functioning relationship. You get
well,
me? I
Some
understand.
of us, anyways. I don't think
understand.
everybody, but some, like,
Yeah,
the
like-
majority of us probably.
I think in terms of both parties. So in terms of me or any one of us and somebody we're dating, I feel like we're not in that position in life where we know all the things we need to know about life to even begin to think of that like conversation of, you know, seriously being committed to something. I think there's a lot of learning we need to do. Like if people are not like, you don't know how to pay bills, you don't know how to like do a budget, you don't know how to do things that you need for yourself as an individual, as an independent person. If you're not doing these things, it's like, why are you prioritizing, you know, sharing a life with someone really? Like when you
Yeah,
you haven't
like,
you don't have
focus
your
on
life
building
sorted
your
out.
life
exactly
first before you try to even share your life with someone else.
Exactly. That's what I
Because
mean.
it's like, don't like, because one, like, I don't know if you lot saw the clip of DDG saying having a girlfriend is like a part-time job, and it's like, it took me a while. Like, obviously I agreed, but it took me a while to actually see what you're saying. Because it's like, I don't think you should have a girlfriend when you're going through your development stage.
Exactly.
Because it's like, you're gonna change as a person. So it's like, even who they go into a relationship with, that person might not even be around anymore.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it's like, figure out who you are first before you even try to enter and stay in
And then
somebody's life.
Figure out who you are first, rather than wasting your time and energy figuring out somebody else who doesn't even know who they are.
At all.
Come on.
Don't waste your
man.
resources.
Nah, yeah,
Not
man.
to waste your resources.
Honestly, man,
Like,
like,
you know what I mean? And don't waste your youth as well. Bro. You're not gonna
Honestly,
be,
man.
you're not gonna be this young forever,
this
bro.
life is for you. Like it's for, like it's your life. You get me? The people you let in,
They're supposed to.
it's
add
your
value.
fault. It's your fault.
You
like,
know?
let's be real. Like, it's your
Don't
fault.
blame them. Don't blame
Like,
them.
the people you let in, it's like it's not they forced their way in
they
there.
broke into the
They-
door.
You get
Nah,
me?
bro, you tell them
let
come inside,
in.
you even open the door, you left it open.
Like
For
you
real, for
did
real.
that. You
Yeah,
get me?
bro,
And
I
it's
can't
like
lie.
I feel like people struggle taking accountability when things go bad and they didn't think it could.
Yes.
You get me? They think that when things go bad and they didn't expect it to go bad, it's the other person's fault. And it's like everyone, like, I feel like you need to be okay with the fact that everyone can do whatever they want to do.
Yeah.
Nobody owes you anything.
Yeah.
I mean, even your own siblings, they don't owe you anything. It's the unconditional love that makes it easier for them to do the right things or treat you the way you deserve to be treated.
Yeah.
But it's like, do you know what I mean? Not everyone has the luxury of having a loving family. Like, not everybody has the luxury of even experiencing that unconditional love. You get me? So people go through so many different things, and there's reasons, like there's so many reasons that can low-key justify anybody's actions. It doesn't make it right or wrong, but you putting yourself in that situation is like you also have to be ready for if things go a certain way. You can't really I'm not saying necessarily blame yourself, but just take accountability for the fact that you could have prevented this if you just didn't let them in, or if you're more cautious, a better vetting process or something like that.
Yeah, I feel like people let people into their lives too easy.
Yeah, like even being friends, man. Like I feel like I'm going through this issue where like I don't know, people just expect to be friends with me really quickly, and they think it's so harmless. So it's like I actually value friendship, even if it seems like I don't care. It's like I actually value friendship on a serious level. And there's certain like requirements or expectations, even though you shouldn't really expect anything from anyone, but there's certain requirements that people need to meet to even like kind of regularly allow myself to interact with them. And it's like if you don't meet those requirements, I just wouldn't really be comfortable being friends with someone like. And that's okay. Like you don't have to be friends with everyone. You get me?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah. You guys have any friends that? Ooh, I actually wanted to talk about this. Have you man ever cut off friends? Or like,
I've distanced myself from people. I don't think I've ever like just like right in the middle. Nah.
I'm the same.
Have you ever had like? Have we ever beefed? No. Yeah, like.
I've never beefed with like all like the friends that I'm friends with now. I've never beefed with any of them because I'm not like an argumentative. Like I don't really argue with people. I don't really fight with people. It's like I'm just so easy going. So
Just
I don't
a chill
really
guy for
like
real.
literally.
We're just
bro.
a bunch of chill guys.
So
For
it's like
real.
I've never fought with any of my friends, bro. I'll be real.
I'm a passive person.
I think
man.
I've encountered some people who, and maybe I'm the problem, right? But this was the past. This is 2024. It's a new year, you get me? But I've encountered some people who like me being so chill is a problem.
Yeah, some people don't like that.
Yeah, like
Because it's like, why are you not as annoyed as I am?
You get
Because
me?
I don't want
Is
to
it
be
by
like,
force?
you know what I mean? Like you probably have problems. And the fact that I don't have the same problems that you have,
get me?
it's annoying you. But it's like, but you probably like, okay, somebody knows that they get angry very easily or they get irritable very easily. And the fact that I don't get as irritated or as angry as easily as you, that annoys you and makes you more angry. But it's like,
I even watched,
sometimes just think. Like,
Can't
lie. Sometimes just think,
I watched a TikTok about that, and it's pretty much saying that like people repress emotions that they feel, that they see in others, and because they do that, it creates some sort of like power dynamic where they feel obsessed with the person. So I'll give you an example, right? Let's say I meet a girl who is very let's say she's very caring, right? And I'm not a caring person, right? Me, I'm a caring person, but just in this analogy, let's say I'm not a caring person. So basically, the idea is that if I see this person expressing that caring nature, and subconsciously I begin to repress my caring nature because I'm kind of like intimidated by the fact that they're so comfortable being openly caring, and that starts to make me become obsessed with them. Because it's like they're doing something I wish I could do.
you
that
start to like fixate over it a little
Exactly.
bit.
They try to modify their behavior to kind of like.
To
for the
be
sake of
honest,
somebody.
I could be wrong, but that is signs of being a sociopath.
Oh, really?
I believe, like mimicking behavior and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But just because of it's a sign or whatever doesn't mean that doesn't make you a sociopath. But like,
No, that's
also
interesting.
like a sociopath will mimic behavior like likable, characteristics and stuff like that. Like because that's why it's like like most sociopaths are like loved people. Do you know what I mean? So.
You're making me really think about a few people right now.
But yeah, bro. Like once I started to look into that, I was like, bro, there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
But I could be wrong, but it's like just because you have like traits or something or signs or something doesn't make you that. But like,
cause I think we might even be examples of this, but I think social media has kind of ruined the process of like seeking an education. You get me?
we all
Yeah, no, but I mean like seeking an education about the things you talk about. Like people have too many opinions. Like look at you. You talk about being vegan.
Yeah.
What's a vegan?
A vegan is somebody.
Okay. Let him learn.
A vegan is somebody that doesn't eat like any animal meats or produce.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
you
a
know
vegan.
what? I'm not even gonna argue, right? I'm just
Because it's right.
Okay. Let's
It's correct. I won't.
yeah.
lie. It's
Okay.
correct.
Okay. Fair enough.
Come on,
Yeah,
don't
fair
play
enough.
me like, bro.
Fair enough.
Bro, I read the dictionary when I was younger, bro. Like I read it like a book.
Okay.
Nah,
you know
fair
what I mean? Okay. Fair enough. Yeah.
I'm the
But
same.
I'm just saying in general, right? I think that people are so quick to like develop opinions on things based on what they see on social
I do
media
agree with
and
that,
they literally take things as face value. Like I'll tell you something that happened the other day, right? I was watching Lion King, right? And then the person I was watching Lion King with goes that, oh, do you know that lions actually don't sound like that?
Yeah, they don't.
Like, so you're one of them.
They don't, bro. You do realize that in Lion King, they don't. Bro, that's
They
a
don't-
tiger's roar.
Wait.
Bro, am I lying?
The video grabbed you as well. Did you look in the comments of that video?
Bro, this is something I've been knowing for
No,
time.
no,
What are we talking about?
Wait,
No,
wait, are
bro,
you saying- is it
about the
roar?
No.
Time out.
No, let me
Flag on
land.
the plane.
I do realize, yeah.
VAR.
Oh,
I
my
do
Lord.
realize
VAR.
lions
They
can
say red
sound
card.
like what people were saying. Lions sound like
No, there's
I
an
know the
actual
video you're talking about.
that's
Yeah,
what I'm talking
but
about.
but that wasn't a roar. That was something else, and I know
That's my
that.
point,
like
though.
I know what a lion roar sounds like.
Yeah.
But in Lion King, that's not a lion's roar.
Okay, that's not really my point.
Okay.
My point was that the person said, you didn't even let me land.
You
first
said
of all.
that lions don't really sound like
no,
that, no?
I didn't finish talking.
okay, let's see, let's see.
My business.
Yeah, it's getting aggro, like. Anyways,
You
so,
The passion is coming out.
so the point I'm making is that the person said to me that, that's not what lions really sound like. So
Yeah.
when they said that to me, I just looked at them like, what are you talking about? I'm just trying to watch this movie for real. Like you talking about something else, you get me?
I don't give a
and then
shit,
and
bro,
then
about
so
that.
I said, so what do they sound like? And they were like, they're quiet, like they don't
no,
actually.
that's not
And
true.
that was my point. Like I was like, they were based on whatever video they saw, they thought that clip was actually how lions
Nah, yes,
sounded.
I know that clip,
and
no,
I was
that's
like,
not
when they sent me the clip later on, I looked at it and because of the way I am, I looked in the comments because I was like, hardly. I know what a lion sounds. Did you get me? A lion does not
Apparently,
sound
though,
like that.
growing up, like the sound that most people know to be
Yeah.
a lion's roar is not a lion's roar. apparently.
Yeah, but like it's
Because, like,
they're
they-
not
they-
as far like.
It's not as far off
yeah,
as you would
do you get me?
think.
Like it's
Because
it's
I know
not.
that video they made, like, boy, you think a lion sounds like
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
Like no, like the
And-
lion
and
does
that's my-
sound a certain type of
yeah.
way, but it's not like I think, like obviously the people that were doing this obviously must have realized that a tiger's
Yeah.
roar is more marketable or whatever
Yeah,
for
yeah,
like
yeah.
like it sounds more like there's more bass in it and it's more scary.
Do you know
but
how
it fits
many?
a lion
Do you know
more.
how many lion videos I watched just because of that? Because I was just like, when I kind of learn something, I do a deep dive into it. So I listened to like probably over 20 different lions
I was
roaring.
actually talking. Sorry to cut you off, but I was talking to my brother about this, and I was saying it's like anyone that's like, I feel like people like they just take things too quickly
Yeah, that's
without
my-
double
yeah,
checking it,
yeah,
and it's
yeah,
like it is actually your fault because
Yeah.
it has never been this easy to double check anything.
get me?
So if you don't double check something, it's like. It's actually your fault
Do you
because
get
all
me?
it takes is just
Yeah, dope.
type open to Google, YouTube. Before back in the day, you used to have to go to a library or you used to have to talk to somebody that was highly educated about certain matters.
So I feel like the easier it is to be smart, the easier it is to be not smart, for lack of a better word.
Or ignorant.
Yeah,
Ignorant.
ignorant. The easier it is to gain knowledge, the easier it is to be ignorant.
Yeah.
And I feel like this is what our generation is going through right now because TikTok knowledge is a real thing.
It really is.
I'm guilty of it, though.
TikTok degrees, bro.
I've been realizing like I do say things that I see from TikTok, right? But I don't make things like I don't make them my opinions. They're observations. Like I just say what I saw on TikTok.
Yeah.
I don't embody the thing I saw and act as if this
It's
is
a
from
fact
me.
or something,
Yeah, or
yeah.
act as if it's a fact. I think that this generation is so, and I think possibly because school could be more fun. Like the education system could do a lot better in terms of being engaging for kids to actually make them want to learn. Like TikTok probably makes people want to learn more than college, or more than
or looking to
secondary
certain
school.
matters, yeah.
Like
Just
they
more
actually
engaging.
care more because it plays into it plays into like being engaging,
Yeah,
which
like
is
people,
what a
people
school
are learning
should
how
do.
they want to learn.
Yeah,
Rather
exactly.
than when you're sitting in a classroom, there's only one way to learn. It's either you learn that way or you
Yeah.
don't learn that way.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And there's a tinker, I learned about this in politics. In there's a tinker called Paulo Freire. He's like a, what's the word for it? Kind of philosopher. There's another word for it. I've lost it, but he's basically somebody who thinks about education and how the education system is constructed and how it can be improved and what would be more beneficial, I guess, for children.
Yeah.
And one of his key like takeaways was that the dynamic between teachers and students should be equal. So it should be a more equal environment rather than an authoritative power dynamic between a teacher and a student, because you learn better when you feel like you're peers with someone. You learn better when you feel like you can ask a question. But if you're scared to ask questions, which back in our day, like when we were in like maybe primary school, maybe early secondary school, sometimes like it might be a bit, you might be a bit intimidated to ask questions, if you get me. So yeah, you might be a bit intimidated or scared, or feel like you're asking a stupid question, and it might put you off, putting your hand up or asking questions.
Yeah.
But the way social media is right now, it's so quick to get straight to the point, and you can, there's that little search thing. Like most of the time when you watch a video, the thing you have a question about is literally in the search bar, and you can just click on that
True.
and like find out.
Even the part of the video, it's like it only has like the 20 seconds where it's important to you.
Exactly,
It's there,
exactly.
man.
So
I agree.
I do think, like a part of me doesn't blame people for being so hooked on TikTok or being so quick to, like make TikTok their whole like kind of morality spectrum or something. But another part of me is like, wow, what are our parents thinking right now? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what was life like when they were this age? You get me? Yeah.
Does anyone have any other thoughts? I feel like I have a lot of thoughts, and I don't want to just get me bombarded.
Yeah.
I've been
You have to
thinking-
give them time in it to marinate.
For me, I've been genuinely thinking, like, this is a completely different topic, but I've been thinking a lot about Dublin
Okay.
and its future, bro. Because, like, we have to realize that we're now the only English-speaking country in the European Union.
Oh my gosh.
You know what I mean?
Damn.
The only
Oh
European
my
country.
gosh,
Like, it's going to Dublin. They may call it a global city, but it's not a global city at all. It's not a global
It
city.
can do a lot better.
It can do a lot better, but
tourism and
everything wise. But like, I'm just trying to think, like, where do you guys put it in scale? If you guys could compare it to other cities, that's the question I'll ask first. Anyway,
okay. If I'm being honest, Dublin's number one, man. It was straight.
I mean, of course, look, no place like home.
yeah,
Don't get it
obviously, but
twisted.
in terms of, for me, right, there's no other place I'd rather live than Dublin.
Yeah,
If I'm being honest, live, not go on holidays, because holidays and living are two different things.
Yeah.
And a lot of people,
Well, you're only saying that because Dublin's the only place you've ever lived, though.
yeah.
obviously that's easy
so
to
so
say
if I
that.
no, but I'm also saying it because that's my opinion.
yeah.
Do you get me?
Yeah,
Because
but
if
your
I wanted
opinion
to
may-
live somewhere else, I would have
do
said
hear
somewhere
that, but I
else.
feel like it's easy to have that opinion because Dublin's the only place.
Yeah, it is easy to have that opinion, and that's the opinion I have.
But I think,
Yeah, I like soft life. You get me?
but like, if you could compare it, like, city-wise, like, to any other city, though,
Oh,
that you've observed or you're aware of, like, in terms of
Nah,
scale.
Dublin is his own world, bro.
I can't lie, man.
Yes.
Dublin is his own world. Because, like, once you actually realize it's like,
I'd low-key say New York, man. Low-key. Like,
Possibly,
Like
'cause it's
town past like 12, past them, in them AMs is like New
Especially
York, bro. I
North
swear
side
down.
town.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
one
that's
thing I
true.
think about, like, Ireland is such a small country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for us to have the influence that we have is so crazy, bro. Like, there's so many countries that are bigger than us. They may even be more populated, and they do not have the same influence as
Man,
us. I can't lie.
Do you know how how excited people get like to find out like someone's Irish, bro?
swear.
And the country is so tiny.
Yeah.
Like it's
I
actually
think when I was
so.
even
The
on
eyes
holidays
light up,
last
bro.
year, I think I caught someone lying that they were from Ireland, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's like, no.
Why would you lie that you're from here?
I was in Gran Canaria, right? And I was in the supermarket. And, you know, like, there was some, you know, like, when they be doing, like, charities, like, when charities will line up, like, after the till, and it's like, you can buy stuff for them instead of giving them money. It was one of them things, right? And the person said that he was from Dublin, right? Or Ireland. And it's like, when Irish people like meet each other or bump into each other on holidays, they attract, right? So I was like, oh yeah, like we're from Dublin too and all that. And like the guy didn't ask us where we were from. Yeah. So for that reason alone, I know that you're not from Ireland. Because if you bump into anyone from Ireland,
like, where you from?
You're exactly. Do you know? Like you will conversate about it. But your man didn't. You just.
I won't lie.
And I even like, and it's not like we didn't even donate. It's not like we were like we actually could have had a conversation because we were already standing in front of him, giving him the stuff that we bought. I was like, this guy, you're
that's
not.
so weird.
You're not from Ireland.
Stolen valor.
But he didn't even really sound like he was from Ireland. You're not from Ireland, bro.
I think the way Dublin is, like, they need to improve, like, wayfinding. Like, first of all, let's
wait. Before, don't forget what you're about to say. That portal. Hey, that's cool. That's cool. For me, that was a really cool thing.
It was cool until they started showing black.com on the screen to the New Yorkers, bro. I
wouldn't put why? These man are just like, you see the thing, like the things that they come up with in this country.
Man, it's just a bit of crack, man.
And they were saying,
like, what creative?
No, God knows. Like, in terms of sense of humor, I think, and the way they even phrases wise, I love the way they actually come up with phrases. Like if our room is small, they'll say you wouldn't even be able to swing a cat in there. Do you know what I mean? Things like that.
I've heard that one.
Things like that, bro. Like I love that the way they do things.
What's the craziest like insults you've heard? I've heard some crazy ones, bro.
Insult? Me personally, right? I feel like I didn't get like bullied enough.
Not bullied. These are insults I heard people say to other people.
Okay.
Because I used to work in a truck, yeah.
Oh,
hey, bro. If you see, bro, that man, bro, I heard someone call someone a skid mark.
What? Okay, yeah, I've heard skid mark.
Skid mark, a weasel, bro. Like, just like, bro. Like a skid mark.
I'm trying to think.
That's not so.
I used to hear skid marks a lot.
I'd be hurt, bro. I'd be hurt.
Like, what else have I heard? I've heard I've just heard all sorts. I'm just like, what is going on in your head for you to think that it's okay? Like, do you know what I mean?
Kind of like, it's always funny though. Like,
it's hilarious.
I feel like it's funny when it's not.
Yeah, I feel like when it's said to you.
Do you know what? I think one phrase that always killed me was there was one person in my workplace that said, "I'm sweating like a trying to do mental maths." I was like, "Oh no." I said, "Oh dear."
What?
I said,
"That's so creative, though."
I was
like,
crazy.
How can
someone
say that? No, wait.
Let's
I don't agree with that.
Let's acknowledge the elephants in the room.
Yeah, like, no.
I feel like
that's crazy to say.
They can't do mental maths. Let's more. I don't agree with that point.
Imagine episode 4 we're cancelled already. We're cancelled, bro. Like,
oh, you already know.
What the hell?
But like at the same time,
that's mad. That's
insane.
That's what I'm saying, bro. The creativity is like, it's almost like, why
just
would
for
you?
clarification, he didn't say that. He heard somebody.
We don't agree with that, obviously. Never that. But bro, what?
It's insane how you come up with that.
I feel like for me, the jobs I work, I'm not really around native Irish people.
Oh, serious?
To be fair.
I'm around a lot.
I'm actually not. The only like environment I'd be around Irish people, even like the college I go to, like I'm actually not around like native Irish people that much. It's very like UCD is a very like probably one of the biggest like international colleges. Do you get me? Because there's I think over 17,000 like people in the college, and most of them are not even Irish.
Yeah, a lot of different ethnicities.
Yeah, it's a bit of a big culture shock a bit, I guess. Because I'm expecting to go to college and like meet more Irish people, and I'm like just not. Like
I already once this gets clipped, I can already imagine the comments. I can already imagine.
I will lie. This is another thought that I have. Right, I'm tired of being the bigger person. Because like even in the TikTok that went viral, right? like with the whole when Izzy said that Ireland is the most African country, bro. The way I was like forcing myself to not like coming back,
Comments, yeah.
because some of you guys,
I don't know. It was easy for me to ignore your rubbish. Shit. I just saying rubbish
Bro,
at this
I was
point.
deleting comments left, bro. Yeah, we should probably have. I don't know how many comments we should have right now, but we should have more. But I'm
This
deleting
is the
it because
first
it's
time
like,
I experienced some racism, or you know.
Oh no,
nah,
this
man,
is
this
not
ain't
my
even
first
new
time.
to me.
I'll
But like, bro,
This
it's
is
like
not my first
some of the
time.
things you lot are saying is like. You're
What are you talking about?
You're saying that you're a TikTok account with 10 followers or whatever.
Yeah,
but what now?
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, I'm just talking just to talk, and it's like you're even saying
that's
stupid.
our job.
You know?
yeah,
I
if you
mean?
want to talk at a podcast.
Exactly.
Well, you're talking,
Get a
and
mic,
what you're
man.
saying is not like no one
It's
even
not
needs to
making
hear it.
sense,
Like
man.
you're just
For real.
And a
talking
lot of
rubbish.
people were taking the whole thing out of context. Like
Yeah,
a lot
bro.
of people were talking about random stuff that had nothing to do with what we're saying
Yeah,
or the
man.
point of what we're saying. But I feel like that's why, obviously, that's why TikTok is the way it is, man.
Yeah,
Just
but if you saw the way,
clicks,
I just wanted. There were so many
Yeah.
people I just wanted to fight, but I'm professional. It's just the
I
fact that I'm
like-
professional. I said, you know what,
it's a new year.
Like that's why we didn't comment. We didn't
Yeah.
respond to anyone because it was like, if I just respond to even just say thank you to one
Yeah,
person, I'll just
yeah.
scroll. I see some rubbish, I'll just fight them.
Like-
So I'm like, you know what?
I
let
won't
me
lie.
let me just ignore. Because even till this day, people are still commenting rubbish.
yeah.
Like, bro, when did we post this? Months ago.
won't
People are
lie.
still commenting rubbish. It's like,
Yeah, man.
what,
If you
like,
see
what
the
do you get
filth.
from this? And it's like, I can understand if they were trolling, but these people are not trolling.
Yeah,
people are
but
like they actually believe what they're
Yeah,
saying.
like I genuinely just think like perspective is such a big thing because like a lot of those weird comments came from people who are not like who don't necessarily live life in our shoes. So it's like
But they haven't even
they're-
traveled.
Yeah,
like you haven't
like-
traveled to Africa, but you're saying it's not even the
Yeah.
most
Talking about
But the
different
people that have
tribes in
traveled to
Africa.
Africa agree.
Yeah,
So
you
it's
get
like,
me?
like that.
Yeah.
Your opinion
There was
doesn't
actually
matter.
there was a teacher from Ireland who lived in who lives in like either Zambia or Zimbabwe, and she was literally just like agreeing with us and talking about like similarities and stuff. And then there's people in this country quite literally proving the point of what I was saying in the video, but like
Yeah, they call
were
it
just-
notions.
Yeah, like
Yeah, I'm like, okay, yeah.
Notions,
Like there actually is a name for it.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
notions,
you
isn't
get
it?
me? Like I saw that comment. We like that comment. You get me? Because that's sensible stuff.
Yeah,
you get
do
me?
you know what I mean?
We like you guys. But what's called again? Even about the Dublin, I said about infrastructure.
Okay,
I think
yeah.
that's a very important thing that needs to what's called again be focused on, and the slowness of
Transport is,
everything.
yeah.
Transport is a big
'Cause for
one.
like a major city, I think we're the one of the only ones that don't have like an underground. or
Underline.
something like
Underground,
Yeah,
even a
underground.
train line to our airport, that's kind of pathetic.
yeah.
Bro. Let's be realistic.
I do think that a lot is gonna change in like 10 years.
It's
Like,
probably hard because since we're such a busy city, it's hard for people to function whilst. Like, imagine if they try to do it underground. How would people function?
yeah.
Well, that's the thing. You like they're saying it's like there's so many. If you look at, I don't even like to compare us to London because I like to compare us more in scale to like Manchester. But things can be done if what's called again we have the right leadership. You know what I mean? If we're actually being led the correct way, if there's more ambition in the way what's called again. They
Execution
have
as well.
Exactly, in the vision for the country. Like in terms of infrastructure, even roads need to be sorted out. You know,
that's
countrywide.
true,
You know what I mean?
Man, there's some stupid, silly roads, man.
Back roads,
When-
back roads are main roads.
when
in
you
this
start
country.
Back
driving-
roads, yeah. But there's some back roads that they say that two cars can
Bro,
fit, but two cars cannot fit.
this is
You
a
will
safety
lean to the
hazard,
side, bro.
Like what?
But like you have to keep in mind, a lot of these roads they were not made for cars; they're
Yeah,
made for
you get me?
carriages.
Exactly.
So like I
Like-
hear it, but it's like
But we
Old
need
Town
to
Road, like-
need to get with the times and stop. You know what I mean? Like even what you were saying about the underground, they had that in planning from 2000.
God.
for Dublin, isn't it?
For Dublin, and
Jesus
now what's it called again?
Get a move on,
they
lads.
replanned it in the 2010s. Now they said it's going to be built by 2027. We're in
How many years?
2025,
2 years.
and we haven't even got the planning permission for it
Wow,
yet.
nice,
So
nice.
you can just imagine, like
Yeah.
things move at a snail's
I
pace
think that's.
here,
I think
bro.
that is part of kind of Irish culture, though.
That everything
Like
is
everything
going to be
is-
in 50
Man,
years.
like I feel like everything is very. I don't know, like
Slow pace.
Yeah, slow paced. Yeah, slow paced, man. You go to London, see how fast everybody walks.
Yeah, but people in town walk
slow as hell.
I feel like
I'm
I feel like
always
we
the
need like
fastest
a
person.
slow lane and a fast lane. 'Cause
Yeah, man.
Like some of us actually like we're not going to town to walk.
Yeah,
we're going to town to actually.
we're not for sightseeing. We're going because
we're trying to do
we need
things.
to go home.
Do you know what I mean? Like we actually
You
have
can
things to
imagine
do.
what
You
it
guys
is back
are
in the
like-
Midlands, though. You can
Honestly,
imagine. Oh
man.
my days.
What?
Just move, man. Just move.
Oh man.
I feel like it's, but I kind of like it, to be honest. Like
Yeah, I love it.
I wouldn't like to live in London where it's so busy all the time and
Nah,
you actually have no choice but to keep
like,
up.
Yeah, like
You
I
get
get
me?
overstimulated
Yeah,
a lot.
man.
Man.
You know what
I feel
it is,
I
like,
get overstimulated. And
London is like 12 cities in one. I don't want to glaze
Mm.
London. I don't want to beg it, but London is 12 cities in one. You have obviously the busier part. Central is extremely busy. Do you know what I mean? Like you can't even breathe
you
on
can't even
sweat.
just hold the phone like this or
You
you
know
be
what I
gone.
mean? Before you get to
feels like a night,
like that.
innit?
Oh, bro, it be like that.
A night.
But you go back to your own ends, like
Pickpocket.
transport.
Attenzione, pickpocket.
You already know that's how they are, man.
man.
But like you go back, every area is built up to the point where you can kind of just exist within your own area, and it doesn't really mean anything.
I cannot
for you to
exist
drip.
within the place I live. I'll go crazy.
It's too
it's too
slow,
quiet,
it's
too
quiet,
small,
it's
too.
you know.
There's no activity. Like there
needs to be scale.
more activities to be done.
You know what I'm saying? There needs to be a real scale.
Even one of my boys recently was just telling me cause the last like 2 weeks, I just on his story, I just see activity. I'm like, bro, like what's going on? Like,
Where even is
like,
this?
in Dublin or
Yeah.
in Ireland, anyways.
Yeah.
And he was just like, man, life's so shit here. You have to make the most of it. Like, and I was like, you
Yeah.
know what? I actually hear it. Like, cause if you actually don't go out of your way to like search up places to go or things to do,
your way to actually do things.
like you can't just go out on a whim and just like try to have fun.
have the
here.
best time of your life.
You
Nope,
get me?
you have to plan
But
it.
when you go on holidays, more time like you don't I
really
don't
know where you're
plan any-
going and you
go with the wind.
follow the wind, innit?
Yeah,
And boom,
literally.
best
Yeah,
night of your life.
You can be
bro.
spontaneous here.
Yeah,
I mean, not here.
Not here.
On
Like,
holiday.
Yeah, and I feel like they need
But
to.
you do realize it's designed like that though, on purpose.
To be fair,
Like it's
do you
designed
think
for people to
because
have
it's
fun on purpose.
Oh, I was gonna say, do you think it's because like the Catholic origins of the
Possibly
nation?
there might be a deeper rooted reason, but like obviously I think it's like holidays. Like if you go to like a touristy place or like a place that's known for people to have fun, of course you're gonna be able to just go out and like do that. But anyone that comes to Ireland, I'm sure a lot of people don't come to have fun. They come for like our history and this
The
and
culture,
that.
you know what I mean? To
Yeah,
embrace it.
Man, Temple Bar be active, bro.
Temple Bar is
they be taking
always-
pictures of that.
They get it too
That
excited.
by every single time we have
time.
to, because
I can't
I'm
walk
like
to-
I'm not
look.
trying to interrupt someone these
Yeah,
pictures or
like-
so I have to
Yeah.
stop, boys. Like
Can't lie.
you're taking forever. Like people have things to
Lie,
do,
man.
man.
It's a real thing.
Other than like I say Dublin, I feel like the rest of Ireland, yeah, like if I didn't live in Dublin, I'd probably rather live somewhere else, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I do definitely have a deep love for Dublin. Like,
Like there's a lot of regional inequality in the country. Do you know what I mean? I have a friend that lives in Kerry and like he doesn't even have.
they're already laughing.
Why?
This is
Why?
this is why
Realistically-
people like chat about people from Dublin. I do think we do have a lot of ego. We do have
Yes,
a lot
we
of pride,
do.
and we're entitled to it. So everybody can
You can't to the back.
get in the beam.
It's called. I call it the capital city superiority complex.
Yeah, man.
Anybody that
We're
lives in the
entitled to
capital
it, man.
city
Come pay rent here.
violates.
Come and pay the
violates.
rent.
You can imagine, like everybody else outside Dublin is just culture. You know what I mean? That's just the way Dubliners think.
Is there any we kind of have to wrap up still. Is there any final takes, anything important you need to let anybody know?
I feel like I let a lot out this episode.
Can't lie.
I wonder how it's gonna do because we said some crazy things, man. But do you know what? We said it, innit? So
And obviously we're trying to be more consistent this year, you get me? We're trying to release as much as we can. So yeah, just bear with
just be
us.
prepared to see us everywhere, bro. 'cause
Let's do Dublin better
Yes.
collectively. Do you know what I mean?
And support,
Support,
please.
yeah,
I
support
beg.
each other. You know what
Do
I
you want
mean?
us to beg? We beg,
Bro,
please.
I won't.
Support.
I won't.
Change.
I'll ask nicely. But that's about it. I'll be honest.
Me, I'll beg. I don't I can't lie.
I will.
Because, but yeah, other than that, man,
Been
have
Tree TT, man.
yeah,
Wow.
have a good life. In a bit.
Till next time, man.
Next time.
The lights got your head fried like a wonton. Here for the long run. Not here to sing song, we're here for a chit chat. Relax and sit back. Sit back, sit back, sit back.
No rush, 10 seconds, Snapchat, rewind, throwback, new pod on Instagram, better follow that, I like that, that Spotify, better add that, I like that.